Yo, everybody. I'm going to be going over the win I took today, and then I'm going to go over the loss I took yesterday, and I'm going to show you guys. I mean, you can already see, but I'll show you guys what is going on with the funded account. So, for those of you who don't know, I got my funded account passed from Monday, and here is how it is going. So I'll show you guys. We're not going to do it in chronological order. We're going to do it with the win first, just so you guys, you goblins, can get your dopamine receptors fed into, so you keep watching. Because this is obviously what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see the win. So, what was the trade I took today? So, market opens, and I basically took a trade off rip. You can already see the trade back here. You guys can see, I'm going to turn these off because they're actually really annoying to have on the screen. So, took out sell side liquidity. I was bullish. I was looking for a draw into at least here, which ended up happening, but I just wanted to see this get rebalanced today. But I only had to trade. You guys will see. So that was what was going on the 1 hour, 4 hour. Doesn't really give much apart from, this low got taken, which was actually happened yesterday, so that's kind of irrelevant. 4 hour wasn't giving much, but even if we're in a downtrend, and by the way, guys, if we're in a downtrend on like the 1 hour or the 15-minute, I don't want to be catching longs on that kind of time frame, but I don't mind, like, basically, I don't want to catch a retrace if it's like that type of shit, but I don't mind catching a retrace of like a 4 hour or daily downtrend, which is, I mean, it's kind of bearish right now, but if you take this subsection, sorry, it's kind of consolidating right now, but if you take this subsection, it's bearish. And I was like, look, even if we're going to continue lower, which with the current state of the US right now, it's kind of unlikely because shit seems to be bullish. This still, where we were at about this level here on market open. I was like, this isn't really a retrace that I think is gonna keep pushing us down. Now, this is a retrace where it's like, okay, yeah, now we could expect to see shorts, but I was expecting a bigger retrace up, not into anything, but I don't even use the equilibrium tool, but just into maybe like a discounted zone, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but like using discounts and premiums, but kind of gives me some more logic. But the 15-minute was literally perfect. First off, I wanted longs to those highs. These were the easiest highs, which we created at 9 a.m. These were the highs, which I was like, yeah, if we can trade into these highs, that's going to be golden. But if the risk doesn't allow to it, we're definitely going break even at those highs. We had these highs, and ultimately, I didn't really want to trade any further than this 1 hour gap. So 15-minute retrace, you got the 1 hour sweep. Come on to a 1 minute. Oh shit. Coming on to the 1 minute. We had 9:30 candle kind of displaced. We inversed that gap. So I was like, right, we're gonna do here. Actually, I had my stop a little bit below. And instead of targeting this high here, because, I don't know why it says 0.45. That would be a 1 to 2. Shit's broken. It's starting to PMO, quite frankly. Is that working now? Wait, I think I've got the wrong tool. No, I don't. Okay. Instead of doing, targeting here, which obviously wouldn't have worked, I just went for the 1 point, I think it was 4.5, targeting the base of these candles, because I don't need a 1 to 2. I don't need a 1 to 2. I don't. And again, for those of you who, I don't know why I would be lying, but there you go. That's proof that I did actually do that. So, yeah, I've never had someone accuse me of lying about my trades so far, so I don't even know why I try to prove myself. considering I'm very open about the fact I am not profitable. I have never made a profit. So that was today's trade, as you can see from the P&L at the top. $530. So that's like. We'll go into yesterday's trade, which is actually going to kind of depress me recapping this, but we'll go over it regardless. Yeah, it was cooked. I traded London, which, like I said, I don't mind trading pre-market at the moment. There was nothing pre-market today, as you can see. Pre-market today was just absolute a chop fest. London session was a chop fest. There were trades to be taken here. There were actually quite nice shorts, which I didn't end up taking down here. But I don't mind trading London. I've taken a lot of wins in London. I've taken a lot of wins pre-New York market, especially last week, start of this week. But I was just fried. You know? Not fried as in that kind of fried. I'm just cooked, bro. Cooked. It was just cooked trading. So, let me find what the fucking trade I actually took. It was, here. Okay. So, the fucking high time frame sentiment on this shit was... Oh, by the way, this is ES. Nothing. ES had nothing to do with yesterday's trade. Just to let you guys know. But... Anyway, what the fuck was I showing you guys? Oh, yeah. So... yeah. So, my bias was bearish. Why was it bearish? We had fucking... You know, it just looks like a downtrend. Just looks like a downtrend. It's going down. It is fucking going down. So I was like, alright, shorts look nice. Yeah, sure, we've taken out these lows here, which we took out there, but now we're in this 1 hour gap. However, longs after taking this low were so nice, but this is the thing that's cooked. I actually slept in and missed, like, literally an A+ trade. So, the A+ trade that I ended up missing was, we took these lows here, high time frame lows, and then we had, you know, bullish displacement, and then we had the retrace into this gap. And then, when do we leave this gap? Because obviously, there's some of you guys will just be like, oh, we retraced, I'm gonna enter here. And then you'll be putting your stops like here, and you'll be getting stopped out. No. What we need to do, also, I'm not trading that early into London session. I'm trading, like, the second hour of it. What we need to do is wait for displacement out of somewhere. Where do we get that? Here. Big displacement out the 5-minute gap. Stops could go here, they could go here. Targeting, really, this 1 hour gap. So, that was the A+ setup. It happened at 3:43. Guess what? I woke up at 3:47. My alarm set off at 3:30. So if I actually woke up to the alarm, we would have caught this trade, but I didn't end up waking up to the alarm, and that is pretty embarrassing. So, what did I end up taking instead? We had the 1 hour gap here, we had the 15-minute gap here, and I was like, bet. We had 1 minute displacement, and I was like, fuck it. We've had big displacement on the 1 minute, we're kind of leaving that gap. I said, fuck it, we'll enter. Look at the shit that happens as soon as I enter. Just so you guys can see. Actually, I'm not going to show you guys. I'll show you guys after. Just so you guys can see. We enter. And I'm literally shitting my pants. I'm shitting my pants. We come right up to the stop loss. We don't hit that shit. And look, guys. It would have hit TP. It hit TP. No. For no apparent reason. Because I just felt like it. I went break even here. Unexplainable, really. I just got emotional. There was no clear displacement down saying, yeah, go break even. This isn't displacement lower. We had a gap here, which still could have been tagged into and rejected off. It didn't, but regardless, at minimum, you know, put it on top of the gap at least. At least, man, if you want to, you know, adjust your risk. But I think that pissed me off. And I took this shit, and obviously it hit stop loss. Why did I take the second trade? Let me try to find it. We had this 15-minute gap, which I was like, oh, we're gonna respect this. We did. We ended up inversing this, and by the time we inversed this, I was like, this trade is cooked. So, I mean, it's not even like I would call it unfortunate. I never call stuff unlucky because in the market you don't get lucky or unlucky. I would just say it's an unfortunate sequence of events, which is completely my fault. Regardless, this first trade wasn't. I mean, this whole thing was cooked. Missing this because I slept in, then going break even. It just slowly deteriorated. Because this trade I break even wasn't even that nice of a trade anyway compared to this on the left, these longs. So, ultimately, the root of the issue was why the fuck did I sleep in? I know I shouldn't be doing that if I'm willing to trade, but also, you know, the next issue was going break even when there's no need to break even, and then it was just, at that point, it was just revenge trading. I mean, there was displacement, but we hadn't inversed this gap. It was a big issue. And I sat and I thought, why am I doing this? And I thought, oh, maybe it's because I woke up late and I was not doing these good habits, you know, waking up late. And I mean, I got a shit ton of sleep. I got like 10 hours of sleep, but I literally rolled out of bed and got on the laptop, and I was thinking, and I wrote it down. I said, yeah, I really need to lock in these habits, like waking up and trading is kind of cooked, like it's cooking my trades. And okay, fair enough, this is extreme. It's like I shouldn't be just waking up and rolling out of bed and trading. Okay, but that actually isn't what fucks me over. And I shouldn't do that. Not because it's not fucking me over, but I just shouldn't be rolling out of bed and trading off rip. Like I should be like having a shower or eating some food at least first and getting into some like clothes and sitting down at least. Not having a whole pre-market ritual. But I'll probably go deeper into this in another video. But I'll kind of just tease it now. And hang on, let me just show you guys. Oh, I'm so sidetracked. Did I do this? I don't know. Here's my executions. And here is my P&L for this week. Right, there you guys go. So, fuck. Let me make this bigger. So, I was thinking, yeah, this is cooked. I need to really lock in. And I was thinking about going back to these like extremist morning routines, cold shower, run, stretch, record, fucking journal, fucking meditate. And I thought to myself, I actually made even more mistakes doing that. Having, like, back in the winter, you guys see the videos, and I know I advocated for this, like, self-improvement off the charts, but I think my mindset has shifted quite a bit, especially after talking with some people and seeing some people be completely brain rot and making profit when you just wouldn't, like, the older version of me just wouldn't expect that. But I just think back and I go, I would do these whole 2 hour morning routines, hop on the charts at 8 a.m. and take a loss in the first, not even like before market open, I'd take a loss in like a minute after doing that shit. And it's like, once you've done all that shit, like you prepared yourself, you sat down, I've sat down with like a coffee or whatever, it's like you want to trade. You feel like it's like you've clocked in, but that's not what it should be. So it's like, my point is, it's the issue of unprofitability cannot be blamed on school. It can't be blamed on if you were sat in bed trading. It can't be blamed on doing a morning routine. None of that actually matters. It's like within you, the mistakes you're making within yourself, these like micro millisecond mistakes that are occurring in your brain within like an instant, like going break even. The fact I went break even, if I had a 2 hour morning routine versus what I did just sat in bed, a 2 hour fucking morning routine and this like ritual, pre-trading ritual, isn't gonna suddenly make me not go break even when I shouldn't be going break even. So, something I realised is like, actually doing less is literally doing more, and maybe sat in bed is better than getting all ready and shit, but that's something, I might talk about in another video, another time, if you guys kind of want to hear my new perspective. There haven't been like the vlog style videos because I just felt like I was running out of stuff to talk about, but I'll probably start them up again next week. If you guys want an editor for your YouTube videos, if you want to start making YouTube videos, my editor is, links are in the description. The Discord is in the description. By the way, with the Discord, I genuinely realized, like, you will be, and it's free, by the way, it's free. You will be a better trader being in the Discord. And, like, maybe this sounds like glaze, I don't care. I genuinely realized, like, some of the conversations you have talking to other traders will genuinely, like, if you're able to filter out, because there are some people in there which I'm like, yeah, you're speaking bollocks, mate. But if you can filter out the right from the wrong, and just kind of use common sense, it will genuinely benefit you. And, like, I know people in there have said to me, like, yeah, this has benefited me more than any other server. Because there's not many of us, there's about 300 of us, maybe there's 30, not even like 25 people who are like regulars, like everyday people. And maybe another 50 who are like, they'll sometimes talk, they might be in the call sometimes, they might not be. But it's just a small community, which is really nice at the moment. I'm sure I'll miss it when it gets bigger, having it small. So I recommend joining. There's some valuable conversations being had. Subscribe, please. And yeah. Peace out.